back with more Cleveland Browns bogusness. Well, the title of the video is The Cleveland Browns Dilemma is Coming to a Boiling Point. It's getting too hot for them to keep just sweeping it under the rug. And this little Dylan Gabriel thing is not going to pan out well. You understand what I'm saying? Somebody's going to take the heat. Right now, we got this guy, Dylan Gabriel, this little dude. And I mean, when you look at some of the videos, man, this dude is small. He is very short. He's not fast. And he does not have downfield vision. So when it comes to the Cleveland Browns, it's not much more they can do to hide what's actually going on. There's not much more they can do. The NFL, with their collusion, we got the Cleveland Browns who are supporting the collusion. Or maybe the NFL is just way bigger than anybody who could ever say anything different outside of what the Cleveland Browns and the NFL are actually doing. I don't know if the Cleveland Browns are working with the NFL or whether or not this Coach Stefanski guy is just got it out for the Sanders family or Shador himself. I can't see a situation where Shador has done anything to Coach Stefanski to make this relationship be at a strain. But just being the son of primetime Deion Sanders, I could see where they could hate this kid. I could see where they want to get at Deion Sanders more than they want to get at Shador. It's really not about Shador. But it is about not letting him show his talent. It is about proving his father wrong on what he thinks about his son as a football player and quarterback. We know that if you've watched Deion Sanders and his lifetime, if you watch him throughout his life, you will know that this dude does not send his kid to the NFL unprepared. He does not send his kid out to the wolves to be eaten. You understand what I'm saying? He already raised this kid to be able to handle adversity and stuff like this. Not only that, but just as being a black father or a black child or a black person. Yeah, you have to prepare for life in a different way that most people do. Because a lot of times you're going to face shit like this. There's going to be people that tell you, hey, we don't want you doing this. We don't want you doing that. You can't do this and you can't do that. But your perseverance, your drive for the sport that you love, that is what carries you over the top. Hit the like button coming in, folks. I appreciate it. But just the sentiment of Dylan Gabriel and everything that he stands for, to be honest with you. Now, I've been seeing videos surfacing of him and his girlfriend, and a lot of the videos was talking about, you know, him and his girlfriend's relationship, which has nothing to do with football. But I do see that Dylan is gaining popularity for shit that's not football. He's gaining a lot of popularity, or not even popularity, but he's getting attention. I would say negative attention. But this dude, man, the sentiment that he has and some of the little smart remarks that he makes in press conference interviews, bro, you can hear this shit. Like, perfect timing, man. If you're going to wear the perfect timing, then you're going to wear the lifetime. Everybody heard that comment, and we know that Shador Sanders has a hit song called The Perfect Timing, right? So when you hear a little shit like that, that shows me character. And I go off of character a lot of times. It's not about, you know, what you look like or what you said. I go off the character of the person who's perpetrating. I go off of what you're saying. And the shit that Dylan Gabriel was saying was definitely aimed at Shador Sanders. I don't know if he has a fucking publicist or a writer who's writing that bullshit for him. But either way, if that's the sentiment that this guy has, putting out the performances that he had that look like shit, then I see that he has a flaw in his character. Number one, you know fucking well if you're Dylan Gabriel, you know you're not better than Shedeur Sanders. You already know that. But based on privilege and shit that some people are accustomed to, he could jump right into his little privileged role. And right now, they're showing Dylan Gabriel privilege. You can hear people in the comments section saying, hey, well, he was drafted first. What the fuck does that mean? That doesn't mean shit. Just because you was fucking drafted first does not mean that you get the first opportunities. If you're worthy of getting the first opportunity, then yeah, it does. But we know for sure and for certain that Dylan Gabriel does not possess the talent, the tenacity, or the chops to be a starting NFL quarterback. I think if you want to say he's a backup, you could say that. But look at Marcus Mariota, right? He's a backup. In my opinion, Marcus Mariota could be starting for a lot of teams. But Marcus Mariota is a backup. And I don't think anybody on this chat, if you think Dylan Gabriel is better than Marcus Mariota, then hit like right now. Or comment it. You can go ahead and comment it. Let me see. Oh, Jamal Weeks says, good morning, bro. Shedeur going to start near the end of the season. Hopefully, he'll start next season. You know what? At this point, Maul, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take that as a positive. Because in a way, sometimes you got to let the bullshit clear. You got to let some shit get out of the air, and then you can take your place where you're supposed to be. Dylan Gabriel was a premature selection for QB2 and QB1. But for whatever reason, I'm not even going to sit here and try to leverage that shit in my head. But I know I coached before. Just because somebody comes first to a team does not mean that they have seniority. You both got on the team the same year, which means that you're competing for the job. And when they first acquired these two rookies, they said that it was going to be a clean slate and these guys would have an equal opportunity for the job. But I think we know now that that shit is not true. That's not true by a long slide. Even the fact that they wanted to bring up a practice squad player to be the QB2. When they traded Flacco, or rather they forced Flacco out of Cleveland to deal with the crumbs on the plate, or I won't say crumbs on the plate, to deal with the dinner at hand, they got Flacco out of the way. But we already knew based on seeing Shedeur throw tight windows down the field. We already knew based on seeing Shedeur, navigate the field against a first-team defense. We already knew that this boy could play. We knew this. Everybody knows it. But it's people right now that are getting in the chat and say, he's not good. But the same people that saying Shedeur is not good is the same people that saying, Gabriel did what he was supposed to do. He managed the game. He did what all he's supposed to do was what they asked him to do. As a starting quarterback, no. You're supposed to fucking take over the game if it's possible. But if you're a fucking career backup, then you just don't lose the game. And you hope that you can be coached to a point where you don't make mistakes. And see, I took the same sentiment with Mr. Irrelevant. San Francisco's quarterback. I can't even think of his fucking name right now. But to me, he's okay. He's a little bit better than a manager. But he's not much more than a game manager. And that's just it. Somebody type his name in the goddamn chat. I forgot. When he plays with starter, he's the truth. Exactly. So what they did was, I need all y'all to understand this. When Shedeur had his first start, first of all, when the hell have you seen a fifth-round pick start the preseason as the starting quarterback, and then when you dig into what really went down. He didn't get any reps with the first team. So that's how we're going to set this up. We got a 5th round pick, since y'all want to harp on the fact that he's a 5th round pick. When have you seen a 5th round pick start over a 3rd round pick? Anybody in the chat? I need y'all to hit that like button in the chat, man, whether you loving or you hating. I need you to hit the like button. Let's get this shit out to the people that really need to hear it. Because a lot of y'all are dealing with regurgitation issues. You seeing shit online and you want to repeat it. But answer my question. When have you ever in your life seen a 5th round pick, supposedly QB3, start the season with no reps with the first team? So I need y'all to understand that they tried to set this boy up. And they did a good job of trying to set this boy up. They let him run his mouth. They let him talk his shit. They let him be confident. And then they didn't give him any reps. None. And then he went out there and threw fucking dimes across the field. He threw touchdowns, open windows, over the head passes, right on the fingertips. And everybody saw that shit and was like, holy shit, this motherfucker can play. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I don't watch college football like that. I look at the stats and I bet. So I know what people are doing stat-wise, but I ain't watching the shit. You know what I'm saying? But what I can tell you is this. When I see Shedeur Sanders throwing inside of a microwave, that's all the space that he needs is a fucking microwave oven. He threw that motherfucker in there. He could hit a squirrel on the ass from 55 yards away. Or hit you right in the numbers, whatever analogy you need to hear to understand that this boy is accurate. Dillon Gabriel is averaging the last game was 6.4 yards per attempt as far as passes. That's a fucking handoff. You understand what I'm saying? Hit the like button coming in, folks. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Haters, assume the position. And if you support my channel and you digging what we on here talking about, go ahead and hit the like button, man. It's free. It helps the channel more than you would ever know. And I appreciate you for even listening. But, you know, we got to call a spade and call a superstar. Y'all right now are in the habit of calling this phenomenon a 5th round pick when y'all know good and well. First of all, y'all know what we dealing with. We in America. That's number one. I ain't holding no shit back. We are in America. So we know what goes on in America. It's been going on for a long time. And a lot of the people that talk sports, they're not being genuine. They're not being real. They're not looking at talent. They're looking at, I'm going to say, politics, for lack of a better word. I'm going to say politics. I'm going to say American politics. Got a lot of people looking at a motherfucker that's talented and say, he's not good. But at the end of the day, do y'all remember that there was 2 leagues? It was a Negro League and there was a regular league, whatever the fuck you want to call it. There was a league for white people and there was a league for black people. And they said that black people couldn't compete. 60, 70 years later, we know that was a fucking lie. Right? Would y'all agree with that? 67 years later, we know that that's a fucking lie. So everybody that's leaving the chat right now, I know it's hurting your motherfucking feelings. So a couple more y'all can leave because I know it's hurting you too. But at the end of the day, let's really get to the meat and potatoes of this shit. You had people saying that certain demographics of athletes could not play with the existing league. And this goes for basketball, football, baseball. Hockey was started by black people. Yeah, black Russians, if you guys didn't know. Go and research it. Put that in your pipe and smoke that shit. But real shit, this is our fucking arena. If y'all want to talk about some other shit, like the shit that y'all do the best, like you know what? I'm gonna keep it classy, man. I'm gonna keep it classy. I'm gonna keep it classy because I got a lot of people listening, and I got a lot of people that I appreciate, and a lot of people that support me. So let me keep it classy. Let me not venture off into some shit that's gonna hurt a lot of people's fucking feelings. But we know now today that that was bogus bullshit. There was never a time where any demographic of people playing sports, honestly, they should be glad. We might have never seen a slam dunk. We might have never seen an end zone celebration. We might have never seen a fucking high step Deion Sanders from the 20-yard lines dancing into the end zone. We might have never seen that shit if it wasn't for a certain demographic of players. So for people to sit on this motherfucker and act like Dylan Gabriel brings anything to the athletic arena that we haven't seen before is fucking laughable. If you're a Cleveland Browns fan and you are okay with Dylan Gabriel being your quarterback, then I understand that you're a person who is so used to losing that it's so familiar that it's not offensive to you. But if you really want to fucking win, Shedeur Sanders warned every franchise in the NFL that if you want to win, I'm the fucking guy. And you want to change the culture of your franchise, and he wasn't saying that shit to say, to make anybody feel bad. He was saying it to say, I got to get this guy. But some of y'all motherfuckers you don't harness the talent, you don't harness the confidence, and so you just can't understand a motherfucker who knows that they can go out there and get the shit done. A lot of y'all ain't, y'all not performing well in the bedroom with your wives. Or a lot of women ain't doing what they supposed to do for their husbands. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? That don't take nothing away from the relationship, but you gotta fucking try. You gotta try harder. Shedeur Sanders is going to satisfy this league. I need y'all to know that. This man is going to go out here and put asses in seats. He's going to put smiles on faces. And he's going to do what the fuck he got to do to win on that football field. Every opportunity he's had as a quarterback, this kid has changed the culture of wherever he went, which means he's a special kid. He's very special. He's different. And he came up under the guidance from primetime Deion Sanders. Who the hell do you want your kid learning from? I don't know who Dylan Gabriel learned from. I don't know his coaches in college. But I can tell you this. They would have much rather had Shedeur Sanders as a quarterback. The fact that they didn't have Shedeur Sanders as a quarterback is unfortunate. But there is nothing Dylan Gabriel brings to the table when it comes to the likes of a Shedeur Sanders. Kevin Stefanski, Jim Haslam, Andrew Berry, all the shit y'all got going on, man. Like, if y'all really want to win, you have a winner. I saw somebody come in my chat yesterday and say, I just wish, it'll take time. Dylan will be able to throw down the field eventually. Motherfucker, didn't you just see a quarterback 6'2" in stature throwing the ball over the line, down the field, tight windows? I can't say this shit enough because we have not seen this shit from Dylan Gabriel. Period. All right, let me read. Okay. Okay, the chat came alive. All y'all people that's commenting in the chat, I need y'all to hit the like button for me too, man. Real shit. I need y'all to hit the like button. It's free and it helps the channel more than you would ever understand. But I need those likes, man. I need those likes. JM, I get the Shador slander. I don't get the Gabriel glazing. You a smart man. I think we might have got mixed up a little bit yesterday. But my apologies if I'm reading so many comments, man, that I might attribute a comment to somebody who didn't even say this shit. So my apologies if I, misinterpreted what you was trying to say. But looking at your comments now, I think we may have just had a misunderstanding. Laura approve. You speaking there. Okay, shout out to you. Likes should match the views. Thank you, Jamal Weeks. Damn, I appreciate it. Yeah, man, if y'all in here and y'all listening, and please hit the like button, man. It helps. My man said, I don't believe in Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, or Shador Sanders. That shit was funny. You know what I'm saying? Regardless on what the topic is, that was funny to me. But you don't have to believe in Shador Sanders, bro. You know why? Because Shador Sanders believes in himself enough for the entire NFL. We don't need you to believe in Shador Sanders. All you got to do is watch him. And if you watch them, then you can't lie. Or you could lie, but you'll be a liar. You ain't never seen Dillon Gabriel throw no fucking pass down the field like Shador Sanders did. So you should believe in Santa Claus and Shador Sanders at this point. If you can watch Dillon Gabriel on the field doing fucking high school shit, then at the end of the day, you need to be accountable for the truth of yourself. Stop lying to yourself, my man. Charles Watson, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta stop lying to yourself. You have to stop lying to yourself. You can lie to others. It's not as damaging. But when you lie to yourself, that shit will fuck you up. Too tall to guard. I'm ready for Shador. If we don't play him, I'm ready to jump ship. 31 years of heartache. Yeah, I know Kevin Mack, Ernest Biner, Bernie Kosar, all those motherfuckers that y'all had to deal with. I can't even remember some of the quarterbacks' names because they were so goddamn trash. But long story short, man, Dillon Gabriel is not the answer. Sit on here and talk about how much you don't believe in him. I just took my microphone out because I got to drive to work. I got 11:15 appointment, so I got to get on the road. But like, I'm gonna go ahead and say that's a you problem. That ain't a me problem. I can look and see talent and no talent without looking at racial biases and without looking at, oh, his father is an arrogant dude. So fucking what? His father had the skills to pay the bills to be exactly who the fuck he was and say exactly what he wants to say. Who the fuck do you know that was better than Deion Sanders at his position? Nobody. Nobody was better than Deion Sanders at his position. So all the stuff y'all saying, it's like, so what? That's a you problem. At the end of the day, Deion Sanders will go down in history as probably the greatest at his position. And guess what? He played baseball as well. So he was great at a lot of things. And a lot of people just can't take that shit. You know what I'm saying? They cannot take it. They can't deal with it. It upsets them. And for me, somebody else's confidence don't make me upset. But I think people that just don't have the talent or the confidence that he has, it infuriates them. George Menace said he's God's chosen one. JW says, nah, this is crazy. S12 is the Messiah. I'm going to have to agree with you. I'm going to have to agree with you. I'm going to have to agree with almost everything in this chat except for the dude that say he don't believe in Shador Sanders. You know what else I can guarantee you? You don't believe in your motherfucking self. Because if you can see a motherfucker that can throw the ball like Shador Sanders and you can get on here and say, I don't believe in him. Bro, you need to go do some soul searching. You need to go and do some searching for yourself. Because why the fuck, who do you believe in? You know what I'm saying? It don't matter to me. I'm just telling you this. Sometimes you just got to open your fucking eyes. You can sit around here crying. A lot of y'all just crying and some whining babies. And a lot of y'all dealing with privilege. See, I ain't come up with no fucking privilege. I came up with, yeah, I'm going to have to slap the fuck out of a motherfucker to get where I'm going and do what I do. And Shador Sanders came up under the same shit. He might have been a rich kid, but his father wasn't rich. So people who came up humble, gonna make sure their kids humble as well. That's why Shador Sanders can go in there and say, yeah, I cleaned Joe Flacco's locker out. It's fucking Joe Flacco. He a fucking Super Bowl quarterback, Super Bowl winning quarterback. And he showed his humility. Did y'all ever hear about Dylan Gabriel bitch ass doing anything like that? Besides sitting in the fucking media trying to say some little punk ass slick shit? That's why I got this little fucking picture of him up here. Because this is what we think about your little ass game, Dylan Gabriel. You know what I'm saying? This is what we think about your little small ass game. You ain't doing nothing out there. When I see Dylan Gabriel next to other NFL players, this shit is comical. It don't even look like he belong out there. It look like my fucking son out there playing. You know what I'm saying? It does. It looks ridiculous. But it looked the same way when I see Kyler Murray. Only thing is, Kyler Murray is fucking putting points up on the board. Kyler Murray is fucking scoring. Kyler Murray is giving people the business. You know? Because they got memes of Kyler Murray too, looking like a little ass kid, just like this. I remember they said Kyler Murray looked like a badass kid on the field. And it was against the Cowboys. He ran their ass all over the field. But Kyler Murray, y'all know him, right? He possesses skills that Dylan Gabriel just does not possess. Sorry. This ain't no knock to Dylan Gabriel. But at the end of the day, he ain't no fucking Kyler Murray. He's not a Bo Nix. He's a Dylan Gabriel. And that shit just ain't good enough. It's not good enough. It'll never be good enough. I don't know what Dylan Gabriel will have to do in the off season or in practice to actually be good enough to be in the position he's in. To me, Stefanski and the Cleveland Browns had given Dylan Gabriel some fucking privilege. Privilege is the word. Privilege is the word of the day, goddammit. They gave this boy some privilege that he does not deserve. Two different. Shout out to y'all if you've been on here long enough to make it to my work ride. I'm on my way to work, but I'ma still chop it up with y'all until I get there. JW. Shout out to him, man. Jeff Simmons. A lot of talk. Bullshit. You know, Jeff Simmons, shout out to you and your hating mentality. But what the fuck do you gotta say? Shador is gonna start this season. So everybody out here that's saying Shador's not good, slap yourself in the back of the fucking head. Slap yourself in the back of the head, because you run around this motherfucker talking some bullshit that don't got no substance. Slap your own self in the back of the fucking head. You can say it's a lot of talk, but guess what? Shador Sanders cannot
be stopped. I don't give a fuck how much y'all sit around and say he's not good. You know what y'all motherfuckers are? Liars. Y'all some fucking liars. Period. So, continue with your same sentiment. It does not matter. Motherfuckers got eyes. People can see. People can fucking see. Don't nobody gotta believe you. There are over 500 NFL analysts that do this shit for real, that will tell you that no matter what Kevin Stefanski says, they had him checked off as a top 5 prospect coming out of the draft. You could draft him wherever you want. It's not going to change the talent. It's not going to change the projection. It's not going to change nobody's fucking eye. It's not going to change nobody's mind. It's just going to help you get over with the lie that you're telling yourself. And again, who's the fucking fool? The person that's lying to themselves, or the motherfucker who just accepts what the truth is? You know what I'm saying? You don't even have to speak on it, because the truth do not have to be explained. Y'all ever heard that saying? What's understood does not have to be explained. We understand that Shedeur Sanders is a phenomenal talent, just like the people that's on this motherfucker line saying that he's not. Well, why did he go in the 5th round? Well, if he's so good, how come he can't beat out Dylan Gabriel? That's not a question that we don't have to fucking answer. I don't have to answer why he's not starting over Dylan Gabriel. Motherfucker, it's obvious why he's not starting over Dylan Gabriel. It ain't got shit to do with football. I can guarantee you that. No matter what anybody has to say about Shedeur Sanders, it ain't got shit to do with football. It got to do with the fact that you're an inferior human. It has to do with the fact that you're not secure. You're an insecure, inferior human being based on other humans. Based on people who can do the shit. You see what I'm saying? So I'll always go back to the Negro League and all the shit that they put the Negro Leagues through, just to find out that these motherfuckers are better than the National League and the American League. That shit was better. It was more talent. It was more talent in abundance. And it was bigger and better shit being done. Period. So we know that that's a truth in American history. That motherfuckers lied about who was good enough to play with each other or in each other. And it didn't take us but a year or two to figure out. So they only want to let 1 or 2 motherfuckers come in the league because they don't want it to be a shit. You understand? So this is kind of like, you know, right now the black quarterback ain't a chance to be quarterback. When we know for a long time y'all lying motherfuckers who lying now said that they can't do all this bullshit. But it was never true. What is true is that the people that they said couldn't play in their league dwarfed their fucking talent by the thousands. Period. Slap yourself in the back of the fucking head right now. Slap yourself, man. You ain't a sports fan. You a politics fan. If you sitting up this bitch talking about Dylan Gabriel's supposed to be playing. I don't even have to beat a dead horse no more. Dylan Gabriel is not going to make it in the NFL. Dylan Gabriel is not Baker Mayfield. He is Johnny Manziel. He's not Kyler Murray. He's not Bo Nix. Fucking Dylan Gabriel. And that shit is just not enough for the NFL. I'm sorry. Ain't no malice in me about who or what he is. I just don't understand how people who want to win can pick a motherfucker who's not as talented as a motherfucker who can win. But I get it. Your mindset runs so deep into your character that y'all motherfuckers will sit here and see a person who's not talented and say, he's better than him. Or y'all say, neither one of them are good. See, I done figured it all out. Everything y'all gonna say, I already know what the fuck y'all gonna say. I already know that y'all are going to say, well, the Browns organization is just trash. You could put Tom Brady in here. It's not going to change that the Browns are just trash. Motherfucker, please. Motherfucker, please. Y'all sitting up here talking about Tom Brady can't change it, but you think Dylan Gabriel can sustain it? Slap yourself in the back of the fucking head and spike yourself in the neck with a fucking thumbtack. You deserve it, motherfucker, for lying to your fucking self. You can lie to other people, but lying to yourself? If you lie to me and then go and look in the mirror and say, I was lying, I take that, you lying motherfucker. But to get on this motherfucker and tell a athlete, multi-sport athlete, that Dylan Gabriel possesses and harnesses the fucking balls to be an NFL quarterback when he can only do high school shit? Because high school and college is the same fucking thing, if you didn't know. High school and college is the same thing. It ain't the fucking NFL. It'll never be. So the shit that Dylan Gabriel can do in college does not translate to the NFL. But the shit Sanders can do, he already showed you that he can do it. So slap yourself in the back of the motherfucking head, man. Stick yourself with a fucking thumbtack in the back of your neck, right where your fucking spleen is. Or right in the back of the soft part of your neck. You need to stick your motherfucking self because you up here lying to yourself, so you might as well stick yourself too. Fuck it. I would tell you put a knife in there, but I want you to live. But I want you to learn something while you living. That your little funky ass, punk ass attitude and your little saucy ways and your hate for a motherfucker who's just talented is not going to help anything. It's only going to hurt you because you the one lying to yourself. I don't lie to myself about nothing. So I ain't going to start with Dylan Gabriel lying and shit. Y'all motherfuckers know good and well Dylan Gabriel is a fucking mop. Period. There ain't shit that he can do to change the Cleveland Browns franchise. That motherfucker couldn't even win in college. But I need y'all to know that Gabriel is a career backup. Now let me go to the chat to see what y'all talking about. Kevin is scared of Shador. That's obvious. That's obvious. Tommy Elvin. That's obvious. But guess who else is scared of Shador? All these bitch ass motherfuckers in this comment section lying, talking about he not good. You talking about Shador is not good, but you can't repeat one thing that Dylan Gabriel could do. Or fuck, I'm gonna be honest with you. Joe Flacco, the veteran, did not look better than fucking Shador Sanders. Joe Flacco threw interceptions. Shador didn't. Joe Flacco is 42 fucking years old. His fucking ceiling is he at that motherfucker. He can't do shit with Shador. And this is not the shit on Joe Flacco. I'm just trying to tell y'all that when you're sitting around talking about, well, Dylan can learn to do this. Why the fuck did Dylan gotta learn when Shador already know how to do it? So all y'all that's on here lying to yourself about Shador Sanders not being good. Y'all the same people that's lying to yourself thinking that you please your wife. You can tell other people that she's pleased and she climaxes, but I can guarantee you this. If you lie to yourself about Shador Sanders, who's not really nothing to lie about, just tell the fucking truth. It ain't your wife, it ain't your family. But if you lying about Shador Sanders, you lying about pleasing your wife. I can guarantee you. I don't gotta do that. Because I don't lie to my fucking self. If I wasn't pleasing my wife, you know what I'd do? I'd figure that shit out. But a lot of y'all just gonna lie. Y'all just gonna tell, her friends and your friends that, yeah, man, we happy. We happy as a motherfucker. We love each other. But at the end of the day, and I know a lot of you feel feel the sentiment that I'm saying. You can slap yourself in the back of the head for that shit too. But y'all motherfuckers that's lying about shit you see in front of your eyes are the same motherfuckers that's lying about how much your wife love you, how much your wife is even into you. Or your kids. It ain't gotta be your wife. It could be your kids. You think your kids fucking love you and you a piece of shit? No. But you can lie to yourself and tell yourself that your kids love you. Just like you can lie to yourself and tell yourself that Dylan Gabriel is the man or Shador is not good. Y'all motherfuckers might well go ahead and leave some fucking donations, because I'm giving you motherfuckers gospel in this bitch. All you motherfuckers in here lying. I don't gotta lie. The truth don't have to be fucking explained. It does not have to be explained. Yes, Shador may start by the ball. There is rumors out there right now that Shador is going to start the last 4 games. I think that's still ridiculous. I think that he should be playing way before some fucking last 4 games. But that's just the fancy way of saying I'm going to run the course with Dylan Gabriel. Even though I can see with my own 2 eyes that this motherfucker not get the job done. Everybody can see that. Nobody's sitting around thinking that Dylan Gabriel is going to turn a fucking corner and be what the Browns need him to be as far as a quarterback. Nobody. So y'all can hang that shit up. There is no one. Except for you delusional motherfuckers who lie to yourself. So the word for the day is stop lying to yourself. Stop it. It's not becoming. Clown killer. You've been on here before lying, you lying motherfucker. You's a lying motherfucker. Bro is just whining. Bruh, I would slap the fuck out you, dog. In your motherfucking mouth. But you online in a safe place. So stay behind your keyboard and be safe, motherfucker. I don't have to fucking whine. You know why? Because I'm sitting here knowing that all y'all bitch-ass motherfuckers are going to shit your pants when Shador is throwing motherfucking nice threats. But see, I don't got to threaten you, dog. But if you was in my space, I wouldn't say shit, but I would slap the fuck out you. Period. Or whatever level you want to take it to, motherfucker. How about that? Man, listen. Good. I'm glad you're a Ravens fan. What the fuck that got to do with me? You stupid motherfucker. Cooper Rush, Lamar Jackson is hurt, you dumbass. They're not playing Cooper Rush because they think he's better. And these are the dumbass arguments of people who, they must have let you graduate high school. They must have let your dumbass graduate high school, JSN 301. You stupid as a bitch. Well, why, if you know, then why the fuck are you comparing Lamar Jackson and fucking Cooper Rush to Shador Sanders and Dylan Gabriel? 2 rookies who got drafted to the same team. One is a way higher prospect, and the other we never fucking heard of. That doesn't have shit to do. The problem is not what defense? What the fuck, man? Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Because you just on this bitch talking all over the place. You're not complaining about Cooper Rush. I'm not complaining about Cooper Rush. I had Cooper Rush as a backup for my team for years. And he won like 6 games when our starting quarterback was hurt. Let me tell you some shit about Cooper Rush, you dickhead. Cooper Rush can throw fucking tight passes and tight windows. Cooper Rush could start over a lot of these weak-ass quarterbacks, like the quarterback for the Saints, the quarterback, he could start over fucking Geno Smith at the Raiders. He could start over a lot of fucking quarterbacks, dog. Cooper Rush is not trash. Dylan Gabriel, who was averaging 6.4 fucking yards per pass, man, get the fuck out of my face. You stupid motherfucker. Bros, man, you motherfuckers are just stupid. And y'all don't really know shit about sports. But thank your dumb ass for being on my live